Hello everyone, welcome to Oracle Fusion technical training offered by Unogeeks. In this video, we'll see how to configure value sets in HCM. Value sets are typically used to give a list of values or a drop down for the flex field segments that you're going to enable later on. So I'll talk about what flex fields are in the next video, but we normally define value sets first, and in this video we'll do that. And there are 5 different types of value sets that you can create. We'll create a couple of them, or we'll create few value sets of each type, and then we will use these value sets in the flex fields that we're going to configure in the next few videos. Okay, let's see how to configure the value sets. I've logged into the application as a Curtis VT, who is a HR specialist. And to create a value sets, I need to go to FSM screen, click on Setup and Maintenance. Go to Global Search and search for a task called Manage Value Sets. Click on it. And we can create different types of value sets. And what value sets do we need to create is mentioned in the next slide. So we'll create these value sets. And in the next few videos, we'll see how to use these value sets in descriptive flex fields, key flex fields, and extensible flex fields. Okay, so we're going to create flex fields in the next few videos. We'll take up one flex field each in each video. And in those flex fields segments that you're going to configure, you will have to attach a value set. And we're going to attach these value sets in the flex field configuration. So let's go ahead and quickly create these value sets. And when you create a value set, you have to first pick up a type, and you could create 5 types of value sets in Fusion HCM or Fusion Cloud for that matter. And these are the 5 types. It could be a format only value set, wherein you can just put in a format restrictions, like you could enter only a number in a specific field. But if you use a format only value set, user will not see any drop down, but the value that is entered in that specific field, the format restrictions will be applied on it. So if you attach this value set to a specific flex field segment, and if user tries to type in a varchar value, it will throw an error message which says only a number can be entered. Okay, that's about format only value set. And if you want to give user a list of values to pick from, a sort of a drop down on a flex field segment, that's when you typically create an independent value set. Independent value set, as you can make out from the name, it stands on its own, and you define it and then you enter values in there. So we're going to create a couple of independent value sets, one to store in countries and another one to store the departments. We will use these value sets later on in the flex field configuration. Okay, and we will create a dependent value set. A dependent, as you can make out from the name, it depends on the independent value set for existence. Meaning, when you want to enter a value into a dependent value set, you have to pick up a value you have to tag a record in a dependent value set to a specific value in independent value set. Say, for example, we are going to create a country's independent value set, right? And we're going to enter 2 countries in there. And if you want to say capture cities information for these countries, you could probably create a dependent value set, and you could call it dependent cities value set. And for each country, again, you could enter few values. Like say, for example, for India, you could enter 3 cities, and for USA, you could enter 3 more cities. Okay, so dependent value set, it depends on the independent value set for existence. And the subset value set, it is nothing but a subset of values that you have in independent value set. Say, for example, if you look at this independent department value set, so this stores a list of departments, right? And from that a list of departments, if you want to say create another value set which stores with only the admin departments. Okay, so it's nothing but a subset of departments which does basically the admin work. And if you want to group them and create a subset of create another value set which is a subset of the independent values, then you pick up a subset as a type. And this will again prompt you to select the independent value set based on which you want to create this subset. So you will pick up independent department value set, and you will go ahead and create a subset value set. And when you create a subset value set, you can enter, you cannot add departments directly here. You can only pick whatever departments have been created in the independent value set based on which you are creating this. And the last type of value set that you can create is a table type value set. So in this particular type, you can query a database tables and you can pull the information from a specific column in a database table. Say, for example, if you want to pull the list of person last names and display it as a specific segment, you could use a table dependent value set, query per person names table, select last name as a column, and that's it. And you can go ahead and use this value set in a flex field configuration. I'll just make one small change in here. I'll just replace this FT14 with Unogeeks. Or I would rather use, yeah, that should be fine. Okay, and let's go ahead and create this value sets now. I'm in a manage value set screen. To create a new value set, click on the plus icon here on the search results. Copy the value set name. And you have to pick a module. And it doesn't really matter what module you pick. So you can probably pick something relevant to the value set. So you could probably pick up application core as an example, or application common, because these are the generic value sets that we are creating. So you could pick up application common. Validation type, this is important, and this is where you see the different types of value sets that you could create. We've discussed these value set types just now, and there is a new option called view object showing up at the moment. I haven't explored this yet. So let's go ahead and create value sets of each of these types and use them in the flex field configuration later on. Create the first one as format only, and you have to mention this as number. Okay, that's it. Save and close. And you could also mention precision and scale that will determine what value or how many digits can you enter in that number, and how many decimal places can you have in that number. But that's okay. You can explore it. Click on the plus icon. Let's create the second value set. And this is going to be of type. Yeah, let's create a country value set first. Independent countries value set. And let's pick the module, application common. Create it as an independent value set character. Value subtype is text. And you can enter the maximum value as 30 characters. Save, manage values get enabled now. Click on it to enter the values. And you could go ahead and enter the values, enter a couple of countries in there. You can add USA, India, and you could add USA as well. Save and close. Save and close again. And let's create another value set. This is also, again, an independent value set. And we're going to store departments in this one. Save. So the maximum length is required here. Let's enter 30 characters in there. Save, manage values. And let's add in a couple of departments. Not a couple of them, let's add in 4 departments, because we're going to create a subset value set based on this. So let's enter at least 4 departments in there. HR, sales, finance, and admin departments. Save and close. Let's create a dependent value set now. And a dependent value set, as the name itself suggests, it depends on independent value set for existence. So pick up module as application common, dependent value set, type is character, value subtype is text, maximum then 30 characters. But if you scroll down, you see that you have to pick up an independent value set. on which this value set is dependent. So search for it. Search for Unogeeks. You should find 2 independent value sets in there and pick up the country's value set from that list. Save, manage values. Let's enter a couple of cities under each country. So Hyderabad, and this is a city under India. And let's add in one more city, and let's probably add in Delhi. Independent value as India. And let's add in 2 more cities under USA. Let's add New York. Sorry, this has to be USA. Save and close. Save and close. So we've created 3 types of value sets. Let's create a subset value set now. And as the name itself suggests, it is a subset of values that you pick from an independent value set. Select the module. Pick up application common. It's a subset value set. And you can select the independent value set. So this is going to be dependent on independent departments value set that we created earlier. Search for Unogeeks, Unogeeks independent department value set. Pick it up, save, manage values. And you notice that you don't see a plus symbol here. Instead, what you see is a select and add option. What this means is you cannot create additional entries directly in a subset value set. Instead, you have to do it in the main value set or independent value set first, and then you will be able to pick them up in the subset value set. So if you see here, I see that there are 4 departments, but out of these 4, only the admin and HR departments are related to admin department or related to admin category. So I pick up only those 2 departments and click OK. So that's how you pick the values from independent value set and create a subset value set out of it. Save and close. Save and close. Okay, let's create the last value set, which is of type table. And if you create it as a table dependent value set, this will help you to fetch the information directly from the database tables. So select it as a character. And in the from clause, you have to mention the table name. Say, for example, if you want to display a person last name in a particular flex field segment, you know that the person name's information is available in this specific table called per person names here. And you have to mention what column or what value do you want to display from that particular table. I want to display the last name. And the moment you enter a column name and tab out, the length restrictions or the column definition will be pulled from this table. So you see that last name is a varchar, is of varchar type, which is 150 characters long. You could also add in a description column to make it easy for user to pick up a right person in case there are multiple people with the same last name. To make it easy for the user to pick up the right name, you could add a description column wherein you display the entire the display name, which is a combination of first name and last name, and it will probably make it easier for a user to pick up the right employee or a person. And you can also mention ID column name if you want. And the benefit of using this is if you mention an ID column, user will get to see whatever you mention in a value column in the drop down. But when they select a specific employee and save the record, what gets stored in a backend tables or in attribute or a segment is the ID of the person, not the last name. Okay, so that's how it works. I'll pick up a person ID and add it in there. You can add in a where clause and order by clause if required. So you will use where clause to add and join conditions in case you're fetching information from multiple tables. Yes, you could query multiple tables. You can add use aliases, and you can link them up with a where clause. All of it is possible. Save and save and close. Okay, so we've created all the value sets that we need for the flex fields configuration that we're going to do in the next few videos. Okay, so this is how you configure flex field. So sorry, this is how you configure different types of value sets in Fusion Cloud application. Okay, so in the next video, we'll see how to configure descriptive flex fields in Oracle Fusion HCM. Please join me in the next video. Thank you for watching this video, guys. In case you are interested in Oracle Fusion technical training offered by Unogeeks, please call us on this number or send a WhatsApp message. In case you have any questions, feel free to reach us on info@unogeeks.com. Thank you.